Pause. My eyes crawl to a table. Lies by pair wise dice, then attend to this heaven slice of an angel wrapped in skin. Throw dice and woes of life. Love deprived, look at her vibe. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise. Crystal shaded lids, motives reflected. Often mirrors appear clear, grinning from ear to ear. Craving and raving and grain, rekindle the flame. Closer she draws near. Stay there, remove your underwear, shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, we know our purpose. In paradise, we know what our worth is. In paradise, we manifest dreams. In paradise, truth is what you conceive.
Boom. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of the Unpopular Hour. Of course, I'm your host, Matt Clark, and today is Monday. Hope everybody had a fantastic weekend. Of course, I know you all did because you got beat, and you got beat this weekend. So I'm not sure everybody had a good weekend. And for you Dallas Cowboy fans, we already know y'all did not have a good weekend. My guy Drew Henthorne, I'm sure he's going to be all fired up when he comes on, or if he comes on today. But tell you what, the college yesterday, this weekend, we're going to start with that because OSU and OU both were non existent. Okay, let's just go ahead and say that. They were both non existent in what they did yesterday or did this weekend. We're going to start off with the OSU game since they were the first game up. OSU to me, watching them, I was like, what the hell are y'all doing? I just don't understand how Gundy can be a quarterback, supposedly the greatest quarterback in OSU history, all that nonsense. And you're a coach and you can't recruit quarterbacks. I just don't understand it. I really don't get it. I don't understand. How can you not recruit quarterbacks? How can you not recruit quarterbacks? I mean, we've got a guy who was our quarterback, Bowman, who basically almost lost us the game last week against Arkansas, even though he was a big whatever. I mean, you throw a touchdown pass, or you get us down the field to basically end the game, and then you run down the court, taunting the opposing team's bench, 15 yards. Then we almost end up losing the game. Then today you show up and you're basically a no-show. You're Saturday, you're a no-show the first half. Couldn't complete a pass. It was just I'm just looking at it going, what the hell is going on with this guy? But once again, it has to start with the head coach. It cannot start with a player. It has to start with the head coach because the head coach is the one who picks the players. And so when you look at what they were doing and you look at what I thought we should have been doing and what we were doing and what we were not doing, basically what we were not doing because we didn't do anything. Talking about OSU football. And it was frustrating to watch. It really was. But, that being said, they came back and, made it a comfortable game, but the game was over with. And it was obvious to everybody watching, and it was just frustrating to me watching it because I thought here's a chance for us to really do something. And then, once again, they're not really being prepared. Your quarterback, you're 6 years old, 5 years, 7, whatever the hell you are, and you're not ready for a game. I don't understand that. I don't get it. But once again, the Cowboys fell and dropped to 20th. Utah came in and got a big win, 22-19, over the Cowboys in Stillwater. And I tell you what, there was a lot of Utah fans in Oklahoma City staying at the Omni, and they came up and they showed up really well. And I want to take my hat off to them because of what they accomplished. They came in and they did what they needed to do. So congratulations to the Utes coming into Stillwater for their first Big 12 game on the road and handled their business. So congratulations to them. But once again, it's OSU football doing what OSU football does, frustrating as hell. And the poke choke is because of them. It's just unbelievable watching these guys. It's so hard. Remember, guys, if you want to go and you have a comment or whatever, go to YouTube, search for the Unpopular Hour with Matt Clark. Like, subscribe, hit notifications, and you can come on and you can, at that point, just comment. I can see any of your comments right here on the screen. and I can answer them, or at least let the audience who's not on YouTube let them know what we're saying now. A lot of you guys go to my Facebook, and I appreciate the following that we have over there. You know, 100, we went from 40 views to 190 something views to over 200 views. So I appreciate everybody coming in and following us on that. But if you have a comment or something you want to say, go ahead and do it live, because if not, if you have a question on Facebook, I can see it, but I won't be able to answer till after the show is over with. Now, the Tennessee OU game. That game in itself was just brutal. It was brutal because let me take my hat off to the OU defense. That defensive line, that defense, just they were ready to play. And once again, Jackson Arnold, we have been talking about this before. He ain't the dude. And watching that game, it was like watching the OSU game almost. It was just like, who is this team? Who is my quarterback? I don't have a quarterback. What's going on with this dude? And it was so frustrating to watch, because it was almost, you had watched the OSU game earlier, and you turn around and watch the OU game. It's the exact same thing. First half, your defense does what they need to do, and your offense cannot move the football. And I knew when Jackson Arnold fumbled on the 5-yard line, like, what are you doing? Why do you have the ball? What are you doing? Why? I mean, I just look at this guy and I just don't understand what the situation is. I don't know if it's in his head. I don't know what is up with him. I don't know something's going on, because the kid has ability. He had talent. You're not one of the top quarterbacks in the country if you don't have talent. You know, the fact that you look at him, you look at the Tennessee quarterback, you look at the Archman, and you look at all these guys who came out, and you just sitting there going, wait a minute, wait, what? You're not even remotely on their level. Now, is this Seth Luttrell, the offensive coordinator? Like I talked about, as Gundy? What is it? It's like Oklahoma State. How come you can't find, you're a quarterback, you're supposed to be the greatest quarterback in the history of Oklahoma State, and you can't find any quarterbacks? You can't find quarterbacks? Really? Then OU on the other side, remember, you fired him. You fired him. Talking about Josh Heupel, the coach of the Tennessee Volunteers. You have Seth Luttrell who came in, and let's face it, Seth, you can't judge somebody off what they do off 2 or 3 games. You can't judge them off of what talent he has. He only has what he has to work with. So you can't really judge him at this point based on what has happened thus far at OU. But Jackson Arnold, when he fumbled, I said, this game's over. And they were like, oh, it's just a second quarter. I go, no, that was OU's chance. You had him on the ropes, you had him going, and you let him off the hook. And because you did that, that allowed you open the door for them to feel like they can now play with you, which is exactly what happened. So now when I look at that game and I look at what OU has the ability to go forward, you've got a quarterback who's young, that the young kid, I don't remember what his name is, but he's young, he's athletic, and he's all that. But, you know, he can at least throw the ball on target. I mean, Jackson, I don't know how many targets did he miss. But let's take our hat off to Josh Heupel. He could have ran the score up, and he chose not to. He could have ran the score up against them very easily, but he chose not to. So let's take our hats off to him. You OU fans need to show praise to him, because, you know, the way that he left and what happened, he could have been bitter and he could have just abused them. But, of course, this is his alma mater, so you don't want to embarrass them on national TV. But I look at these 2 games. Both road teams come in, and it's the first the first Big 12 game for Utah. Came in and handled their business. OU's first introduction into the SEC. Welcome to the SEC, OU. But defensively, which is Venable's strong point, they have that side down. They played fantastic. They were unbelievable. But I don't care who you are, what kind of defense you are, how good you are. If you're on the field all the time, you're going to get tired. And offensively, they really have no weapons. The running backs are okay. They have no wide receivers. The offensive line was just getting murdered. And if you want to say this is the first game, is this the future of what it's going to look like for OU? And we'll do what they're going to play next. If they have Auburn coming up this weekend in Auburn, so we're going to see what that's going to be like for them. But they have to solve several issues. One, you have no weapons. Two, some guys were hurt 100%. I'm going to give you that. But you have to solve that issue of the offensive line. Now they're hurt, and I get this, and you're piecemealing them together, and you're bringing in transfers, and you blah 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 blah. I get all that. But you look at what Texas did. What Texas did is they prepared for the SEC 3 or 4 years ago by going out, getting their money, getting NIL money, and saying, okay, listen, we're going to build this team for the SEC championship. That's what they did. OU sitting there, talking about, oh, we won this many Big 12 titles, blah, blah, blah. Texas prepared for the SEC by going out, raising money in NIL. Two, going out and get quarterbacks. Three, offensive and defensive lines. That's what they did. Now, Texas has got this great offensive line with all these big boys handling their business. But the question is now, these guys are all three juniors. What you going to do next year? What you got coming in after that? Because in SEC football, it's very physical and it's won at the offensive and defensive lines. That's where it's won at. Then you have skill positions number two. OU clearly defensive line, they're set. Offensive line, they are nowhere to be found. And in skill positions, they're lacking. So, and for OU to compete, and when you look at their schedule, what they have coming up this year, I mean, how many wins are they actually going to have? I mean, who are they actually going to beat? And we'll get in detail about this later on in the week on how many wins will they have this year? How many wins can they have? Will they beat? I mean, because, they have Auburn this weekend. Okay? They have Auburn this weekend. So you look at what right now they're 3-1 at this point, right? Yeah, they're 3-1 at this point. So you look at what they have and what they've got coming up. Okay? It doesn't get any better for these guys. It really truly doesn't. It doesn't get any better for what they're able to do and what they have coming up. It just doesn't. It's going to be tough on these guys to be able to win games. They've got Auburn next. Then what do? Then they have Texas. Then they have South Carolina at home. So you got to figure right now they are 3-1? You have Auburn. You've got to win that game. You've got to win that game. So hopefully you're 4-1. Then you got to beat Texas, which you have had Sarkisian's number, but Texas, I think that's a loss. So you're 4-2. Then you have South Carolina at home. You got to win that game. That's 5-2. Then you go to Ole Miss. That's going to be tough. That's 5-3. You have Maine. That's 6-3. You have at Missouri. That's going to be a tough place to play. I'm going to give you the win at 6-3. Auburn, Alabama at home. That's 6-4. And then LSU. So you're 6-5. And that's just me guesstimating on what you have and what you have there in front of you. So I just don't I don't see how OU can get some wins, but that is where we're sitting right now with the Sooners. Then of course in the rest of the deal, USC and Michigan, what a game that was. And then, of course, we mentioned, Illinois and Nebraska. Sorry, my guy Drew. I thought you were going to handle your business, and you didn't. And I wish he was on to talk about it, but he's not here. So Nebraska just laid an egg at home. Your quarterback, wide open guy down the middle of the field. I mean, in the end zone, you got to hit him. Now, of course, he is young. Those growing pains in a year from now, he'll make that throw. Or 2 years from now, if he's still playing, he'll make that throw. Then, of course, the SEC Michigan game, the same things that haunted SEC in the past. USC came back to haunt them again. Tackling. 2 minutes to go. Guy runs for 50 yards. He runs through 3 tackles. You have to be able to tackle the guy. You make that tackle, USC probably wins. I don't know if they could drive down the field and score in the way they did, but it took a 4th down running play up the middle or right left guard, or right between left guard and left tackle to win the game for them with whatever seconds left. And then Miller Moss they could block him, that offensive line. So Lincoln Riley's got what? He's got to work on the offensive line. The defense is clearly improved. and then they have offensive weapons. What do you got, OU? The offensive line has got to do is in trouble. The defense is there, and they don't have any weapons. USC does. OU doesn't. So what's going to happen? What's going to shake out? You're going to have to go get you some players. Steph Latrell. You got to go get some skill players, and you have to get offensive line. Which we were talking about that the other day. We were like, how the hell do they not have offensive linemen when you have arguably one of the top 5, top 10 left tackles in the history of NFL and right tackles that play on the same team? How the hell do you not have an offensive lineman? I see we're joined by my guy Nathan Taylor of YMB. What's up, homie?
Hey, what's man? What's up? Oh my God, tongue twisted today. Hey, man, what's going on?
You all right? Did you have a good lunch, or what did you have for lunch? I mean, if you're tongue twisted already.
Well, I can't comment or speculate on that, but well, yeah, it's pretty good lunch.
Yeah. What'd you think about?
Will not be named on the show.
Yeah, it's good. Good. What did you think about the OU OSU games this weekend?
Okay, so I was a little surprised at the OSU game. I thought Utah would probably have maybe win by 10. I mean, I just think Utah. Well, of course they didn't have Cameron. So, you know, but I mean, I thought OSU played them good. I mean, played them tough. You know, but
no quarterback play.
They're a good team.
No quarterback play.
No, they're good. No, but Utah's a good team, man. I mean,
they are.
That's not a bad loss.
No, but you know, my thing is this: your quarterback doesn't show up at all, Nathan.
Oh, I know. Bowman
nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found. Are you guys wide open? You can't hit them.
Hey, here's the thing, though, man. If I'm as an OU fan, I sure really would like to have Alan Bowman right now. I mean, here's the thing, and I'm sure we'll talk more about this, and we'll get into this. But OU game, so much to talk about.
I was there.
Honestly, it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. If that's a surprising statement.
No. Hold up. Let me stop you right there. Josh Heupel called off the dogs.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, 100%. So what you're saying right now really doesn't make sense because he could have they could have scored at least 2 to 3 more touchdowns if they wanted.
You're not wrong, but here's the thing. I think the defense played really well.
Oh, I said that earlier, 100%.
Because I think legitimately we have an SEC defense legitimately.
Your front line is top notch, no question.
Yeah, and hurting, losing Dolby probably hurt a little bit, but the secondary, man, that's the best secondary I've seen in years.
Yeah. Well, they tackle.
Yes. Well, they cover. They cover so well.
You mean they're not grabbing and holding? They're not little.
Like Jordan Thomas and, all those guys. My God, they just give up on the play.
Yeah.
Even Parker, I kind of like that guy. But no, I thought legitimately the defense, I was really impressed by the defense.
I was.
That offense was definitely no slouch. I mean, that's probably, what do you think, outside of Alabama, maybe the best offense we're going to see all year? Well, Texas probably, but.
You have Texas, you have Ole Miss, Alabama.
Ole Miss, I forgot about Jackson Dart, yeah. But, I mean, that's probably one of the top 2, 3, 4 defenses in the SEC, or offenses in the SEC. Yeah. And then defense, too, man. That's probably, what, you think top 2, top 3 defenses in the SEC, probably?
I did think that before the game, but I'm not sure how much that is their defense or OU's lack of offense.
Well, here's the thing, man. And again, I'm not a player. I haven't been a player, so I'm sure there's some nuances that I'm missing. But I was very impressed from what I saw from Michael Hawkins.
Yes. Yes, I said that earlier.
That dude is a football player.
Hey, he can actually throw the ball on target.
Yes,
Jesus.
Yes. If he can, and I think the first couple, it wasn't fair to him to be thrown in the right before halftime. It should have happened. You should have done it either at the beginning of the second half or, closer to the start of the second quarter. But, Jackson had made those mistakes, all the mistakes at that point. But
the fumble on the 5-yard line, bro, that killed you.
Oh my God, dude!
Killed you.
I was yelling at the TV, dude.
Killed you.
I was yelling at the TV.
I did several shots of Don Julio 42 on that. After that, I did do one. I did a couple.
Weren't even
close.
Like they weren't that the receivers, had maybe dropped the ball or something. They weren't even close. And and I just here's the thing. I think and Hawkins' first couple of series, it was kind of but this is his first action. And he's
Yes.
going out there against a top 3 SEC defense. Not to mention the fact that he's had no first team reps. He wasn't even ready. I mean, he wasn't thinking he was going to play. So I think, and again, he's not going to be a savior.
Well, okay, hold on. Now, see, I'm not sure about that.
What do you don't think?
I think that because what I was hearing from a lot of OU guys, okay, was that they thought this guy should have been playing in front of Arnold before, okay, and they did not
so
think
maybe
that.
he did get some first team reps then.
Well, no, he didn't get no first team reps because you can't do that to Jackson Arnold. You can't put that in his head. But these guys were saying that they felt like this guy was going to play, that Jackson Arnold was not the guy, and that they were mad that he did not play last game. And that's what they were telling me. I'm like, well, I said, I think it's going to be the Caleb Williams deal, where they're going to wait and then they stick him in there and play him. That's kind of what I thought.
That's exactly what I was comparing it to.
Yeah.
But I mean, again, he's not Caleb Williams. He's not going to be the savior, but he's something better. He just gives the offense, because that offense, that was the worst offense I've seen at OU, and I've been watching for 24 years.
Well, I don't know about that. The Bell Dozer offense was pretty bad.
Dude, but they scored.
That's because they just gave him the ball and ran it. And they had an offensive line, which they don't have now. But they don't have an offensive line.
That's all part of it.
Oh, okay. I see that. Okay.
I mean, it's horrible. I mean, between the offensive line, now they're hurt. They got some receivers out. I get it, but that's no excuse to have the worst offense. -2 yards in the second quarter.
Bro.
That is unbelievable.
The center got knocked back into the quarterback.
Oh, my God. I know. I saw that.
I was like,
oh, my God.
Oh, Lord. It was painful. It was painful. I left the game early, bro. I'm so glad that I had to drive and I did not take the bus with everybody else. I'm glad I can leave early.
You know how much of a glutton for punishment I am. I watched it down to the last tick, man.
Well, that's what you do. You do that with Thunder. You do that with the same way with Thunder. I'm like, how do you do that?
I do. I do. And the sad part is I probably I rewatched most of them. I just couldn't believe what I saw on Saturday. And honestly, again, he called off the dogs, but I think
100%. He called the dogs off.
That play where Hawkins did the flip into the end zone, dude. That told me all I needed to know right there.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a gamer, dude. Whether or not he's got the talent.
No. Nathan. He has the talent. He just doesn't have the reps. Number one.
Right.
Number two, you're going to find out what kind of offensive coordinator Seth Luttrell really is, and how good your quarterback coach is. Because you got a guy with some ability, and I don't know who it is, but I'm saying he completely changed the way that you guys operate on offense. You know what I mean? He when he actually could throw some passes, the defense was like, oh shit, he can throw. We got to really worry about guarding somebody, which made them not one-dimensional, made OU not one-dimensional, thinking, well, we ain't got to worry about him throwing on target. We just got to worry about him running.
Which the sad thing with Jackson Arnold, we weren't one-dimensional. We were zero-dimensional because we couldn't run or pass. I mean, it was awful.
God, it was really bad. Watching it in person.
Did you heard anything? You heard anything on Tatum? Is he hurt?
I haven't heard anything. You won't know till today.
I like him. I like him a lot.
We won't know. You won't know anything until they would probably said something today on the deal. What did you think about the? Did you watch the USC Michigan game?
I did not watch the actual game. Saw the highlights though.
Okay.
I did not know Miller Moss was hurt. Is Miller Moss hurt? Is that what?
Well, he could. Well, they were killing him. They couldn't block him.
So they put a different guy in. I didn't see
at the end.
String was in. I just didn't know.
At the end, he got hurt. But the deal is this: Michigan went back to can't tackle. I mean, USC went back to can't tackle. You got the lead, and he pulls off a 50-yard run with 2 minutes to go. He ran through 3 tackles. Got to tackle. Excuse me. You have to tackle the guy. Got to tackle the guy. Got to tackle. And they reminded of Yeah, they reminded me of the old OU defense. Excuse me, USC defense of
Oh
the past
yeah,
few years. That's what it reminded me of. Can't tackle. You gotta be able to tackle people. But
I still remember the 2017 OU Texas Tech game. My God, man, or was it 2015? Something like that. It was when Patrick Mahomes
yeah, I think it was.
was there.
What I'm saying, he's been in the league. This
Oh,
is eighth year.
it
This
was.
is
It was.
eighth
I
year.
think it
So
was.
2016,
What?
2015,
What?
2015.
Yeah.
When him and
Was it
Baker went at it.
Baker? Yeah.
When he
Joe
and Baker
Mixon
went
was
at it.
there, and then yeah, dude, he had what? He had 800 yards passing in that game. I'm
Yeah, it
serious.
was 600
800
yards, I
yards.
think.
No, 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 no. It was 800. I'm telling you.
Well, I
He
think
broke the NCAA record.
I thought he
That game.
had 800 yards of total offense.
I think it was like 100. He almost had 900 yards because I think he had like 100 yards rushing or something. I don't know. I'll look it up.
Yeah, he's an absolute monster. You know, I just don't get it. Uh, did you watch any of the WNBA? Well, we're gonna talk about that. You didn't?
I didn't, man. I'm sorry.
Oh my
I didn't.
God, bro, my
I
God,
didn't.
Nathan,
I didn't.
bro.
All
All I know
right,
to say,
man.
all I know to say, man, it's okay. You got to be all about the
Okay, hold on,
sports.
hold on. Here you go. Here you go. Right here. Patrick Mahomes was 52 for 88, 734 yards, and doesn't say how many times. 5 touchdowns.
Yeah, he was, dude. He was a monster,
That's
bro.
ridiculous.
He's a monster.
Yeah, that's
But
ridiculous.
he better get in the room because he's off so bad right now when he's playing. So many distractions, so many things going on with him. So
I didn't realize how many weapons the Chiefs had, man. I was watching last night. I guess I just didn't. I mean, I knew, but I just didn't know. You know, like Travis Kelce, Rasheed Rice.
well, they're
Juju
down Hollywood
Smith-Schuster.
Brown. They're down Hollywood Brown right now.
Yeah, they don't even have Hollywood Brown, and they've got the Xavier Worthy.
Well, did you
And
see
he got some
Xavier?
good.
Did you see Xavier stop running on that third down pass? And Mahomes looked at him like, "What? What are you
Yeah,
doing?
yeah.
You don't stop
Yep,
running
I
on a
did.
route.
But
What are
you
you
know what?
doing?"
Dude, the Chiefs have got a good defense, man. I
They've
didn't
had a good
realize their
defense.
defense was so good.
Yeah,
Oh, my
that's why they
goodness.
won the Super Bowl last year, and that's the reason why the year before that they were able to contend in the Super Bowl. Yeah. Their
Nick,
defense is
Nick
the reason why
Foles
they've won the
playing,
last.
isn't he?
Yeah, the reason why they've won the Super Bowl the last 2 years because of their defense. And then of course Mahomes
Yeah, I mean,
getting the ball. They're giving the ball back to Mahomes and then him finishing you off at the end of the games. That's
yeah,
what they've done. And then how
yeah.
about
Dude,
Travis
Nick
Kelsey
Foles.
getting the ball stripped from him? Like
Oh,
Travis,
I saw that.
dude, he.
Saw that, man. You got to hang on to that ball.
I mean, I think with Travis, this may be it for him. He's not. He's got the movies. He's got all this after. He's got all this other stuff going on, and I think that I don't know if
Well, let's give him some time. It's only been 3 weeks, 4 weeks,
I
3
get it,
weeks.
but no,
3 weeks.
what they're
Yeah.
basically doing mentally, the defenses are taking him out of the deal. You know, they're taking him completely out of it. But Patrick Mahomes hits him on a couple plays, dude. On third down, he's going to you. You you don't hold on to the ball. You let him take the ball away from you. Really, that old Travis, that would have never happened.
Mm-hmm.
Never would
Well, I
have
mean,
happened.
you're
But
dating Taylor. You're dating Taylor Swift. I mean, I
well, I
feel
don't
like
think
he's
it's
got some
to me.
other
It's
things
not
in his
Taylor.
head.
It's not Taylor Swift. It's the movie things he's got going on. A TV show he's going to be hosting. He's doing his TV.
Well, then
His.
let's not lie and say Taylor Swift didn't have a little bit to do with that.
No, she's had everything to do with him being able to go where he's going. There's no question. But what I'm saying
Sure.
is, now that he's got all this stuff going on, the distractions, just like Mahomes, he's got all this stuff. There's no way you're not distracted a little bit. I mean, you're throwing
Oh
balls
yeah, but
behind people. You're not, he's not Mahomes right now.
well, he's still the best quarterback in the NFL.
I understand that.
I mean,
But they're winning in spite of him, not because of. Because normally
that's what
you
I'm
give
saying.
them the ball back with 2 minutes to go, you're not going to see the ball. But what did he
No,
do? He
you're
went
right.
to Travis. He hit Travis for the first down to secure basically the ball game. Travis drops the ball.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Travis, you got to
Yeah.
make that play, bro. But once again, Travis is now, I'm Travis Kelsey, I'm this, I got Taylor Swift, I'm all it. Bro, you can't do all that. And I think Mahomes, to some degree, is maybe not studying as much as he normally would because he's got TV commercial, he's got all this stuff going on that's outside of football that he's also doing. Plus the thing with him and his wife and Trump, which I can promise you that doesn't go well in the locker room at all. So
Mm-hmm.
he's got a bunch of stuff that he's now dealing with. So, I just don't. It's just a bad deal. It's just a bad deal for them. But the bottom line is their defense is keeping them in the game, and they're winning games, and that's the thing. So I'm gonna say this though: uh, the Chiefs are the Chiefs. Are 3-0, which is unbelievable. They played terrible, but you look at who they played. They played
Yeah,
the
that's a good
Ravens,
team.
the
Good team.
Bengals, and then them, and then the
Good teams.
Falcons. And then they have the Chargers next,
Yeah.
which the Chargers always play them tough, but I don't know how good that game's going to be simply because Justin Herbert's hurt.
Well, here's the thing, too, man. I think with the Chiefs, maybe it's a little bit of a Super Bowl hangover because I feel like Mahomes, you saw it at the beginning of the second half. He came out and he said, okay, I guess we're going to put this game away or, get going in this game and bang, 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 bang.
Yeah.
I hate to say play the level of the competition, but that might be what they do.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's just. They have to fix left tackle, number one, and
Well, I
number
think didn't that guy play pretty good last night?
Wanye
They
Morris.
put in last night.
Wanye Morris.
Yeah, Wanye Morris.
He played for OU.
Mm-hmm.
He played better,
Yeah,
but they still got. He's still worried about what's coming behind his blind side. I can promise you that he's still trying to fill that out. And he's definitely going to have to worry about it next week with Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa.
Oof. Yeah.
So,
hey, did you see him? Does anybody know if he really actually hurt his knee on that last little scramble thing? Did
who?
you see that?
Mahomes?
Yeah, did you not see that? I think it was the third down thing where he's scrambling around before he kneels, kind of twisted his knee up a little
No,
bit.
he's fine. He didn't say anything about it.
Okay. All right.
I mean, they haven't spoke. I mean, if it had been something, he probably just kind of just, how you just tweak something just because you step wrong or whatever. It's
Yeah.
probably more like what it was than anything else. But he shouldn't. I don't agree when they do stuff like that because now people think you're just going to kneel, and when you do that, then they can tee off on your offensive lineman. So that's the bad part about him doing stuff like that. Dude, I mean, I know you want to waste 3 or 4 seconds because you're trying to run out the clock, not to give him the ball back. I get that, but you can also, they're going to, is that what you're going to do? Next time we're just going to tee off on your lineman. So
just run the ball.
Either run the ball or just, or something, but he'll just take a few steps and then kneel. I'm like, bro, we get you taking.
Didn't even have Pachenko last. Didn't even have Pachenko last.
Yeah, they won't have him. They won't have him for 8 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks.
Well, that rookie they had, he wasn't bad.
The one with the alligator, the one with the pet alligator.
Yeah, Carson Steele.
Yeah, here's the pet alligator.
The white dude with the long hair.
Started at Troy,
Yeah,
and then went to UCLA.
They signed Kareem Hunt too.
Yeah, they signed Kareem Hunt, and they also have P. Ryan.
Yeah, and they got what's his name coming off IR.
Well, we don't know when. We don't know when Clyde Edwards is going to come off. He's got PTSD. Yeah, he's got PTSD. I don't know if he's ever going to play, man. He's messed up in the head right now. So
he was good though when he was right, man.
Yeah,
he was pretty good.
Man, that's when stuff like that happens to you. That's
he played, didn't he play on that Joe Burrow?
Yeah, it was Joe Burrow and Higgins and Jamar Chase. It was Jefferson. I'm sorry. It was Jefferson. I'm sorry, Jefferson.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You imagine that team? Oh my God.
Yeah.
That team was great.
That team was that. Did they play against OU and Kyler? No, that was after.
63. No, that was Jalen. 63-7. In the national semifinal.
It was Jalen, right?
Yeah, Jalen.
Yeah. Yeah, that team was loaded. I mean, loaded.
That team play against the 93 or 92 Cornhuskers.
95.
Was it 95? I'm sorry,
94, 95.
Yeah.
Yeah, get Drew. Drew would be able to tell you exactly what it is. Right now, Drew's avoiding us because of what happened to his Cornhuskers. Getting beat by the Illini. Getting beat by the Fighting Illini.
Did you not hear all the call-outs that Micah Parsons and Dak Prescott were doing after the game last night?
Yeah.
Yesterday?
Yeah, well, let's take a quick break and then come back and talk about them since we're kind of over time. We got to come back and talk about that. I want to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors, SRB. If you have needs for engineering, surveying, or planning, hit our dudes up over there. They love to be. If you have a complex that you're doing or you have any of that, hey, or water treatment plant, who doesn't like clean water? I like clean water. You like clean water? I like clean water. Nathan, I
Oh,
know
I
you
love
like clean
clean
water.
water. Love clean
So
water.
if you have a problem, you need that fixed up, hit my boys up. They'd love to be able to take care of you. Excuse me, my guys. I don't know if we can say boys because that may be not politically correct. And
Well, since when has that ever stopped you before?
I'm turning over a new leaf.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
Collaborative Logic, if you have needs for computer software to make your office run smoother or website design. In fact, they're doing our new website. They're updating our website, Nathan. We're putting on where people can buy the hashtag Just Sayings. They can buy the Matt Clark basketball. So you will actually be able to buy a red and white Matt Clark Basketball Academy shirt because that doesn't exist.
Sweet.
Okay?
Sweet.
I don't do red and white. Okay? As you know. But
Is
anyway,
it
so
red
yeah.
and white you don't do, or is it crimson and white you don't
Doesn't
do?
matter, whatever the color you're talking about, I don't do that color. Okay? Anyway, so people
Hey,
be able
speaking of what, I didn't tell you about this. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. We'll talk after.
yeah, and
After
then
the
of
break.
course, if you have needs for dirt, rock, or sand to be moved, hit my boy Jose Fierro up in Oak Grove Trucking. They can take care of you on that. And of course, YNB, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. They're an equal housing lender, a member of FDIC. Proud sponsor for us to go out and support women, minority, and black-owned businesses, which we'll do a lot more once the thunder season starts. Then we do more women-owned businesses then because right now there's no thunder, so it's kind of hard to get those in.
You still going out to the barbershop on Friday?
Yeah, yeah. I didn't go this past
Oh,
Friday
wow.
because we had the gala this past week, and Thursday was a long night,
Yeah,
bro. Thursday was a long
come
night.
out there, man. I enjoyed my one time out there. It was pretty fun.
Yeah, we'll either do Thursday or Friday this week. But you can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. Or you can go into any of their 5 locations, the main bank at 401 Elm, 66 steps from historic downtown Yukon, Oklahoma. YNB East, which is off the Parkway and 66th or 39th Expressway. YB Mustang, 218 North Mustang Road. YB Parkway, which is off Garth Brooks and I-40. And as Drew says, 210 steps from the Waffle House parking lot, which is not even close to that.
No.
In Waffle House on the north side of I-40.
Yeah, Waffle House is on the north side, over by KFC.
Yeah, I don't know why he doesn't throw Waffle House in there.
Maybe way more than 212 steps.
It's not even 212 steps from I-40. I can promise you that as well.
No.
Then, of course, YNB Peoples, located in Bethany on 23rd between Rockwell and MacArthur. And, of course, Elm Grove Clothing. Guy took care of my suit, and we'll post some pictures of that tomorrow. They took care of some fantastic suits, man. My suit looked fantastic. My date made me look even better for that. So contact my boy Jonathan Binky Triplet. He is the man over at Elm Grove, 405-332-8787. And I suggest you text him because people, with all these crazy calls you get, people don't know who the hell is calling you. Text him and let him know who you are. But if you need a suit, hey, he's got some great material, great fabrics, great designs, great layouts. He's great. He's going to be doing our stuff for me from this point forward, getting suits. And I've got another suit coming up for this month. I got another thing I've got to go to, so I'm appreciating my guy taking care of me. So Jonathan Mickey Triplet, 405-332-8787, Elm Grove Clothing. Can't miss a guy.
Hey, I picture a young Matt Clark with an afro and a bell-bottom suit. Is that accurate?
Well, my hair is a little long right now, and I am growing. I'm getting ready to get my hair re-braided again. I'm going back to braids because a friend of mine would like for me to wear braids, so I will be braiding my hair again. But I did have on a gray pinstripe suit, which I have I'll be promoting that tomorrow, talking about what the event was and what we did. But anyway, it was a great event for Santa Fe Family Life Center, so we're excited about what happened. So, but anyway, go ahead. What were you going to say?
Crap, I don't know if I remember. I was going to tell you. So, how I like my cars. I got something that you might actually kind of like this time. I got a 2016 Escalade Platinum, kind of like what Drew's got.
Oh, nice.
But it's that the wine red color,
Of
and
course
it
it is.
had 24 inch wheels on it. It was
Oh,
colorless.
nice.
So yeah, well, I kind of like it, man. It's taking me back to my younger days
How
a
long
little
you
bit.
gonna keep it?
Oh, dude, I love it. I'm gonna keep it, man. I love that.
Uh,
I love that
you
car.
still have the Fiero, or
It's
did you get
pretty
rid of
awesome.
that?
No, I still got that. I still got it.
Cause
Doesn't leak oil anymore, so that's a good thing.
oh, that's a good thing. That's a real good thing. I like to hear that.
Yeah.
Now, in Big 12 standings, let's go ahead and talk about the Big 12 standings, which of course you'll like to hear about that. I was sitting there and I know you're excited about it, aren't you?
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
absolutely, man.
Big 12, Utah leading the Big 12. They're ranked 10th now. BYU is second, which of course Utah. I mean, you think about the Mormons are leading the Big 12.
Who did, I didn't. They smoked Kansas State. My God, it was all in a matter of like what like 10 minutes.
Yeah, it was
That
over with
was
pretty quickly. It was over with pretty
that
quickly.
was a crazy game though, man. It was like 6-0, and then all of a sudden you turn around and it's 31-6.
Yeah, it was over quickly. And then of course you got UCF sitting there in third. Of course they were off last week. And then Iowa State, they have not played their first games this weekend. Oklahoma State laid an egg. Kansas State laid an egg. Cincinnati getting their first win. Colorado over Baylor. Did you see that game? That was a great game between
I did
them in
not watch that
overtime.
game.
And overtime was a great game between those two. Great game in overtime. So Colorado sneaks by and gets one. And Baylor was just, it was unbelievable. It was like, who the hell is this Baylor team? What is going on with Baylor? Because Baylor is 2-2 now. And I'm like, who is Baylor? What are they doing? But, great game that they had right there. West Virginia was 1-0. Houston, man,
Oof,
they're terrible.
oof,
They are terrible.
yeah,
They really are not very
yeah.
good.
No, you barely beat them.
Yeah, they're not very good. It's not very good. So, and then of course, uh, in NFL, the scores, bro. I don't know why is my deal all messed up. I just had that perfect.
Did you watch that? Did you watch that Cowboy Ravens game?
Yeah, I wanted to call Drew, but I knew he was having a bad day, so I didn't.
Dude, yeah, that's a tough loss, man, because they made a heck of a comeback.
Yeah, the Vikings took care of the Niners, which of course we knew what was going to happen in that. I had
What
picked
about
the
Sam?
Vikings to beat the Niners. Huh? Go ahead.
What about Sam Darnold, man? He's playing pretty good this year.
Well, I mean, you give him a coach and you give him a system, and let's face it, Carolina was a terrible place for him to go, and he never had a chance in San Francisco. He never had a chance
Or
with
New
Brock
York.
Purdy or New York, yes. But what happened?
Yeah.
But I think what happened with this coach is he called Shanahan. Shanahan said, "Hey, this guy's the guy. We've got Brock Purdy." I mean, and you can just see that. I think the difference in the years that he's had to watch and watch the game has really allowed him to slow down and see the game better. But once again, the Niners' two low road losses have been to where against the Vikings in the north in North in the NFC.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Didn't know that.
Brock Purdy's last losses. Seahawks and the Patriots. Dude, the Patriots seem to be for real. I mean, I like what I saw, but the Seahawks, Geno Smith, he's finally settling in after all these years. He's finally getting it. So the Seahawks took care of business there. Giants and the Browns. Dude, Deshaun Watson.
He's awful, isn't he? Man, he's awful.
On third down,
Good
throw
job.
the ball. Your guy's wide open, and you don't throw it to him.
That's
Wide open.
That's the Browns, man. It's like when you become quarterback of the Browns, you automatically start sucking. I don't understand that. That organization is awful.
Yeah, it is. It is. Then of course the Saints and Eagles. Jalen Hurts is just
Dude, here's what I have to say. Let me just throw this out there. I would bet you two of the best off-season pickups for teams, to me, are Saquon Barkley for the Eagles and Derrick Henry for the Ravens.
How about
Are those?
Go ahead.
What?
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, man, those two guys fit those two teams. Don't they fit them perfectly?
Well, now that they were using Derrick Henry, they haven't used him until now.
Well, we did okay week one, didn't he? He played pretty good week one.
Yeah, but I'm saying is they haven't really used him. I mean, they were against the Chiefs. They didn't use him. Remember that was week one.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, that's right. But man, him next to Lamar Jackson, isn't that a great backfield?
Oh, unbelievable. And how about them asking Jerry why didn't he sign him? And Jerry said we didn't have the money. We couldn't afford it. It's like, well, what'd you spend your money on? He goes, oh, I don't know. That's what he said.
Yeah, a bunch of guys. Dak Prescott.
That's good. That I didn't realize Jerry was
that's
81. I didn't know Jerry was that old.
he looks every bit of it, man. I mean, he looked like that for 20 years though. So I mean,
yeah, but I didn't know he was.
He's a great businessman.
100%.
As an NFL GM, he's an idiot.
He drafts really well, which you can't knock their draft. They've drafted really well, but other than that,
It's just the contracts. Well, Ezekiel Elliott, really? I mean, that was a bust, man.
he loves to pay his players. That's what he does.
Yes, he does. And I mean, CeeDee Lamb. I mean, that was a great draft too. But man, him and Dak just aren't on the same page right now.
Well, that's because CD missed he missed everything. That's why.
I know. But hey, yeah,
I mean, you look at Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy's not on the same page with what's his name, Brandon Ayuk either.
Yeah, that's true.
So I mean, I just don't think you can afford to miss training.
Him and Dak have been together for what, 4 years now?
Yeah.
So they should, they should have some chemistry.
Well, how about Mahomes and Travis Kelce not being on the same page? When was the last time you ever saw that?
True.
They were not on the same page either the other night.
No, I agree with you.
So I mean, I don't know what the deal is, but it does happen. But yeah, I was hoping that Drew was going to be on, but he's avoiding us. Like he avoided us Friday because he didn't want to talk about the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Let me see. Who else did we have? We had the Broncos just smashed the Buccaneers. Oh my God! I mean, that was just brutal. And of course, the Texans got smashed. They did not play the Vikings. That's not who they played. I don't know why I have that on there. They didn't play the Vikings. That's not who they played. The Packers and the Titans. How about Malik Willis? Congratulations to him going back home and getting a W after what Tennessee did to him. I was happy for him that he got that done. The Packers, like I said, Packers and Titans, Bears and Colts. I have a question. Who do you give the ball to? Caleb Williams or the wide receiver? Neighbors. I mean, not Neighbors, but who was it? Dunze. No, it was Dunze. Roma Dunze.
Okay.
Both of them. That was their first NFL. That was his first NFL touchdown. His first pass.
You got to give it to Caleb Williams, don't you?
Yeah, you do.
I mean, he's a quarterback.
You would think, yeah, but we'll see how that works out. I think I don't know. I don't know if they cut it in half or just give him a half a ball.
Well, I'm just not. I'm just not. Caleb Williams is a great player, especially in college, but I have no love lost for him. Just I know it is what it is. It's my fandom coming out, but the NIL has changed the game.
Yeah.
But dude, don't say you're still up for grabs when you know where you're going. He was like, well, you're still in it. No, they're not. Don't lie to people.
Oh, you're talking about when he was leaving Norman?
Yes.
He was leaving Norman.
He knew where he was going. He was leaving.
Everybody
knew that.
He didn't go to OU anyway because it was OU. He went to OU because Lincoln Riley.
I know. I didn't say he didn't, but I mean, if you're gonna, don't just sit there and just say you're leaving.
Yeah, don't lie.
Do
I'm with you.
Don't lie.
I agree with you 100%. He lied. Everybody knew what the hell he was. When Lincoln left, he was going.
He's a great coach. He's a great coach. Don't get me wrong. And what he did for OU is nothing short of amazing. But to me, dude, you knew you were leaving. Shut up. Don't say you didn't know till the night before. Come on. Just tell the truth, man.
Well, you can't. You can't really say that.
You can.
No, you can't.
Yeah, you can.
Nathan, you can't say that, even though it's true. You can't say that. And you know that.
Well,
You know you really can't
you
say that.
should.
Yeah. And so, move on to the rest. You got the Dolphins and Seahawks. Seahawks are for real. The Dolphins are in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, Tua going down really kind of killed that team.
Well, I was talking about that the other day. When I look at that, Tua's 26. He's not going to not play. Right?
No, he'll play. He'll play.
But, dude, he could be a vegetable at 50, 45.
Yeah, you got to be careful because that's just six concussions.
Something crazy.
Something like that.
Yeah, that one, it really wasn't. Was it that hard?
I don't know. But
He's more susceptible.
Yeah, because he had that one when he was in Alabama too.
Yeah. If me, I think you go get a. But you know what? I was sitting there thinking. I was talking about that the other day. All the crap that I did, Nathan, that I let him do to me to keep playing. Yeah, at 26, he's gonna keep playing. But you also have to look at, man, what are you gonna be like at 50? You take your $100 million and move on. I know that this is your chance to do what you've always done, but dude, don't you want to be able to hold your kids? Don't you want to be able to hold your grandkids? Don't you want to be able to? You're gonna be. It's just sad, man. I just don't know if I really like how he's doing that.
Well, I tell my parents this every day. Like, I don't. Yeah, your money's nice, but I don't want your money. I want you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It really is. It's just kind of like that. So, then of course in the WNBA, I didn't even do the scores. I didn't put that on there. Oh man, I didn't update my deal.
They had games. They had games this weekend.
Yeah. Oh, here it is. This is what I did. In the WNBA, of course, Aces center Asia Wilson was the unanimous MVP. Is that a shock?
No.
That's what I said. I was talking to this guy the other day. He goes, well, Caitlin, or Saturday. He said, well, Caitlin, she should, I said, no. Caitlin should be the unanimous MVP for Rookie of the Year. Unanimous Rookie of the Year.
Sure.
And Asia Wilson should be unanimous MVP. There shouldn't be anybody voting against that. Not at all. Okay? Because Asia Wilson, only woman in history to score 1,000 points in WNBA history. Come on now. Come on now.
She's good.
Yeah, she's good.
She's good, man.
Now, Caitlin Clark is very good at what she does. And I'm sorry, the hit she had the other day in the playoffs, what they're trying to do to her, these women, the way they're hitting, taking these cheap shots at her head and stuff. I'm sorry. Start throwing these women out the damn game. If you're gonna take a cheap shot, you're gone. Stop it right now.
Well, they do it in every other sport. Why not this one?
I'm stopping. Now it was different with Jordan. He was taking the same cheap shots. So I'm not gonna give. It's she's white and they're black. I'm not doing that. But what I'm gonna say is
it wasn't legal then, but it was more legal, if that makes any sense.
Yes. Well, right now, what I'm saying, Nathan, they're doing a flagrant 1 versus a 2. Because a flagrant 2, you're gone and then you miss the next game. So punish one of these women. Punish them. Punish them. Yeah. Saying, hey, listen, if you want to push her down or whatever, that's fine. But you're hitting her across the head. You're hitting her on the head. That's a flagrant 2. You're gone. Not a 1. That's a 2. You're done.
In the NBA, it would be, I promise you.
Yeah, well, she has, what did she have? She had 17, I think, this year. Flagrant 1s against her this year. 17.
Oh, that's crazy.
17. You're targeting her. Now, I understand that the WNBA has to be careful with that, but, dude, she is your money bags, and all these women are pissed off because, one, whatever, I ain't gonna go into all that. I'm not gonna go there. But I just think that number one, they're pissed off because, it's like on First Take this morning, they're still arguing about, her not getting the credit and all these women. I said, listen, number one, it's UConn women are the ones that are doing this, number one, because they feel like they own basketball. But number two, it's the fact that the girl can play. She's the version of Steph Curry in a woman's version.
Yep.
But what I said is,
exactly
and I've said this, Nathan, and I'll get your opinion. This is what I've said because I don't know if I said it to you. People forget that when Magic and Bird came into the league, the NBA was on tape delayed for NBA Finals games. We didn't see him live.
I didn't know that.
Tape delayed, which means you could play in the game, go home to the hotel and watch it. When Magic and Bird came, that's when they started making it live. Then when Michael came, that's when it went to another level. This is the same with Caitlyn. Now that Caitlyn's here, she's taking it to another level. Now, all of these women who were griping about how they didn't have to this and they couldn't travel, they had to travel regular flights and blah, blah, blah. Well, because of Caitlyn, you now have chartered flights. But you're pissed off at her and you're taking cheap shots at her. Because, well, she didn't deserve anything.
I mean,
She led all
to
rookies.
me, it's kind of. Go ahead, sorry.
I said she led all rookies in scoring, steals, assists, rebound. You look at what the girl did guard. She broke I don't know how many records. It was insane what she did this year. But instead, you guys are taking pop shots at her. Now, what I don't like is none of her teammates are popping somebody back because of what they did to her. I don't like that.
Sure.
So
I don't like that at all.
I don't like that.
That's kind of like what they do with the Thunder when they used to do when they used to give cheap shots. Was it Russ they cheap shotted? I don't remember who it is they cheap shotted all the time, but you didn't ever see Steven Adams or any of those guys stand up for anybody on that team. Like, come on, man! If somebody hits my point guard, I'm going to go over there and clothesline.
Now Steven Adams did. He took up for him, but before Steven Adams, no. Steven Adams took
up.
up.
I'm sorry. If somebody takes a cheap shot on my leader, quarterback, captain, point guard, whatever you want to say, I'm going to go there and clothesline. If I get kicked out of the game, I get kicked out of the game. Yeah. It's fine.
Yeah. I just don't. To me, it's like I look at Caitlin Clark and she had a horrible game yesterday. Okay, which of course her first playoff game. Whatever. It happens. Okay. And when you look at them, they got spanked last night. You can see they got beat by 24 by the Fever. Okay, but by the Sun. I'm just like, I look at these scores, of course, we'll go through them real quick. The Liberty, of course, with Linescu and Brianna Stewart is just ridiculous. That's just how the hell are they on the same team? Good, how the hell are they on the same team? I don't get that.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then, of course, the Lynx took care of business over the Mercury, the Phoenix Mercury, and the Minnesota Lynx. Sun beat the Fever, and then the Aces had to come from behind to beat the Atlanta, the Storm. So, great games of that. But to get back to my point, instead of these women, all the stuff they were griping about that they now get. And by the way, they're going to lose $50 million this year, right, Nathan?
Yeah, they are.
Okay, they're going to lose $50 million. Now, because of this woman, you're selling out arenas that you didn't before. You're getting chartered flights that you don't before. And I don't know if you guys understand what it's like when you have to catch a flight and you have to sit in the airport for hours upon hours upon hours. Then you get into a plane and you're too big for the plane, and it's not comfortable. It's horrible when you have to travel like that. So, but because of her and because of safety reasons for her, they had to do charter flights. Now, instead of all these women being thankful, the fact that you're getting attention, but they don't like it, just like with Jordan. They don't like the fact she's getting all the attention. They're getting all these benefits that they feel like she doesn't deserve, that they do. Well, if you deserve them, why didn't they give them to you before? Nobody was watching you. Nobody was going to your games. None of that stuff was happening. You had to wait in airports, and now everything that she's brought to you, you're mad at because it's her. Now, I will say some of it is because she's white. I'm not going to deny that. And I'm not going to deny that there's probably some racism in there. I'm not going to say that there's not. I believe that there is. Okay? But to me, it's more jealousy, the fact that here's this girl coming in, or this woman coming in that they don't believe haven't done anything yet, is getting all the notoriety, not the ones who've been there. That's what I think is the deep seed more than the color of her skin, is the fact that she's coming in and getting all this love. That's what I think it is more than anything. But at the same time, that does play into it. Your thoughts?
Sean, I can't disagree with anything you just said, man. To me, obviously not on as big a scale, but I feel it's kind of like the Tiger effect.
Yeah.
Like before golf, dude, nobody gave a crap. Hardcore golfers probably. I didn't give a crap about golf until Tiger Woods started playing.
And now it's going back to where it was before Tiger.
Yeah, but the money, man, holy crap. The money is outrageous compared to what it used to be.
Yeah, but Nathan, that was TV. That was TV generated. Just like with the WNBA, it's TV generated.
Well, yeah, but the TV, but Tiger brought the TV. Is what I'm
Yes,
saying. Like,
yes, yes.
I mean, nobody cared about anybody. I mean, yeah, like I said, hardcore golfers do, which there's quite a few of them. But dude, Tiger transformed that game as far as
One
pay
hundred
scale
percent.
went.
100%. Yes. And he got
So
he
I
got he
mean,
got brutalized, bro. It was bad.
oh, dude,
It was bad.
dude, that guy. I mean, I felt so bad. I mean, I know he made his fair share of wrong decisions, but my goodness, I mean, the crap that he got. Oh my God, dude, I couldn't put up with that.
Yeah, it's dude. I'm gonna tell you this. Um, that's only happened to me when I was young, and where you get called the N word. You're 11 years old. You get called the N word.
Mm.
You get called all these names, and you're 11. I'm 11. I'm 11, and
Dude,
people are saying things
so
to me.
I'm
Well, I'm gonna tell you this. So people are saying
I'm a,
things to me in this all white gym. Our parents were not allowed to come to this gym because they were black. It was only all white people in this gym. We were not allowed to come to this gym. Okay? And I get called the N word, I get called these names, and I'm crying and I'm upset. And that was our only loss in 3 years in AAU basketball. Only loss. Okay? Now, they were our arch rivals because they were really good. Okay? They were the all white team, we're all black team. I'll never forget this, Nathan. I come home, and my dad used to read this is when the Daily Oklahoman, the evening paper, people don't even know this, but we used to have a morning paper and an evening paper. And my dad was reading, he was sitting in his chair reading his paper, and I come home crying, and my mom was like, "What happened?" And I told her, she goes, "Go tell your dad." And I walk in and I'm crying and stuff, and my dad does this with the paper. And he looks at me and goes, "What's wrong?" And I told him all the names they called me, and he goes, "Well, clearly they weren't talking to you, were they?" I'm like, "Huh?" He goes, "Are any of those your name?" And I said, "No." He goes, "Well, clearly they weren't talking to you, were they?" And went, pop, and popped the paper back. And I went, "Huh?" He goes, "Clearly they weren't talking to you, were they? Are any of those your name? They weren't talking to you."
Oh my goodness.
And I said, "Wow,"
So
dried up right there.
that's yeah,
That
that's
right there, that
crazy.
statement
I
was huge.
yeah, I am a huge Hank Aaron guy, a Hank Aaron fan. I love
Yeah.
Hank Aaron. Loved him when I was. Of course, I didn't see him play, but I loved. He was been my favorite player in baseball for forever. Obviously, again, didn't see him play, but um, I did a lot of research on him. And read some books and stuff like that. But man, to see what he went through
Oh,
or to hear about it, I mean, dude, well, him and Jackie Robinson both. I mean, there was a lot of them, not
it
just
was
those
brutal,
two.
bro. Back then, it was
But
bad. It was bad.
that is, I can't even imagine that. I mean, that is just absolutely horrific.
But Nathan,
I mean,
the problem is you can't fight back.
no,
Now you
you're right.
can. Now you can. You can say something now. But like I told these kids, these young kids today, I said, listen, you guys have no understanding what racism is. Because now you can fight back. You can
No.
argue back. You have no idea what it's like when you can't say anything or do anything. You have no idea what that's like.
Mm-hmm.
You have zero idea.
Yeah.
It's a whole different deal when you can't fight back, you can't say anything, you can't do anything. You just have to take it. It's a little different. I said, so
I mean, that movie, did you ever see 61? Or no, I'm sorry, 42?
42? Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great movie.
Yo, great movie.
But to see and how, and then they portrayed it, obviously probably a little different than what actually happened, but the way Pee Wee Reese reacted,
No, he did change. He did
when
change. No, that was all that stuff
yeah,
was true. What he did, yeah, all that was true. That part was true. About how he got mad when
that's
his friends
crazy.
were saying stuff about him, and then they had to show him what
Yeah.
and he's like, wait, what? He goes, yeah. And after that, he's like, oh no. But like I tell everybody, every you have to have white people to help change things. It can't be all black or all. You have to have white people to change things. You just do. But that being said, with the WNBA, Caitlin, I'm not going to say some of that is not because she's white, because I believe it is. But I think the majority of it is because that she's getting credit for something that these people believe she has not earned yet. Okay? And we went to a whole different, deep discussion. But the girl is, Nathan, she's unbelievable. She's Steph Curry.
Oh,
She's Steph
yeah,
Curry.
She's great.
Nobody shoots
Yeah.
threes like she does. She's Steph Curry. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody does that. But, it is America. We are a divided country. We've always been a divided country. It is what it is. Okay? The difference is now it's much more. It's brought back out into the open, whereas before, over the years, it's been put into the closet. It's been not out in front of everybody. You have your KKK and your Proud Boys, and you have a bunch. You have your fringe groups. Okay, Nathan, you know what I'm saying. Those people have always been there. But now the difference is that those people, other than the KKK, have always been up front. Now you got the people who have always felt that way, but never wanted to come out front, can now speak the truth. Like I have 2 or 3 guys, people, Nathan, that I've known for 40 years. I don't talk to. I don't speak to. Known them, ate at their house. They've eaten at my house. My mom fed them. Their mom fed me. We don't speak. It's just crazy to me. It's like, that's really how you feel? You really think like that? Really? Wow. Okay.
That ain't right.
But you know what I'm saying? That's how it is. And I think that Caitlin is caught in between, and she just about, look, let me go play. I just want to hoop. Can I just go hoop? Okay, you know what I'm saying, Nathan? She's like, can I just go hoop? Can I shoot some threes? Can I take you off the dribble? Can I embarrass you on a step back? Can I give you the hesitation scoop? I mean, move to the back. You coming across a forearm across my head? So it's just frustrating to me. But, these are the times that we live in, my brother. My brother. Anything you want to say before we get out of here? Are you coming on tomorrow? Are you coming on tomorrow? Or are you disappearing again?
Tomorrow I should be good, man. Wednesday I probably won't be on, but tomorrow I should be good.
I gotta give you a hard time.
I'm ready for the Thunder season, man.
Hey, are we in Thursday? I'm there Thursday, right? And this last Thursday of the month, or is it next Thursday?
Yeah. No. It's no, wait a minute. Let me look.
What's today? The 23rd, 30th?
The 23rd, yeah. This is the last Thursday of the month.
Yeah, it's Thursday. Okay. So I'll see you Thursday then at the bank.
Uh-huh.
Now, you going to have my stuff set up for me, or are you going to be all, like you were last time? I show up at the bank, my stuff not ready. I mean,
And it took me, a couple minutes to get ready? Yeah. Man. Tough, man. Yeah. I guess we just get Joe to do it.
No, we ain't doing that. Let's not. Leave Joe Horn alone, man. Leave Joe alone. Joe's my guy, man. Leave my guy alone, man. Don't beat my boy up, man. That's my guy. Leave him alone. Joe takes care of me on my loan deal, so leave him alone, man. He's my guy. He gets me square. But anyway, okay.
Well, yeah, we all know where that comes from, though.
Really? So you got to go there now. I'm trying to get a guy some love and some support, and you just got to throw the commander all over him like that. You got to throw the commander out there.
The boss tells us what to do. We just say yes, sir. That's what we do.
Oh, yes, I understand.
There's nothing wrong with that, though.
No.
It's the boss, man.
Hey,
you got to do what he wants you to do.
It's the commander. You have no arguments from me on that.
No, absolutely. He says jump, you say hell high, man.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised he's not listening and sending us a text right now. That's what I'm surprised at.
Well, I'm not trying to make him out like that because he's not. He's one of the. Dude, I'm not lying when I say he's definitely the best supervisor I've ever had.
Yeah. And it's so funny is that. It's so funny is that he's always had my back on the racism stuff. Never had to worry about him. When I was around him back in the day when it wasn't, in the late 70s, it wasn't, I never had to. If I was with him, I never had to worry about what was behind me. You know what I'm saying? Ever. Mm-hmm. I could look straight ahead, and whoever's coming at me, I got. I never had to worry about somebody sliding behind me and hit me upside the head or sucker punching me because Randy Wright was behind me. So I never ever had to worry about that with him, and I want to give him his props for always having my back.
He treats his employees the same way too, man.
Yeah. Back. 100%. He's an asshole though sometimes too. Don't get that twisted.
No. I'm not going there with you.
Oh, I am, because I have to deal with him. I deal with him a lot more personable stuff than you do, Nathan.
You're not wrong.
Okay.
You're not wrong,
yeah,
but I'm still not going there with
you. But he did buy me lunch. He did buy me dinner the other night. Or was that Kimberly?
I'm not going there with you
either. I'm in so much trouble right now. I know that. Hey, you may be having my tickets to the Thunder game now.
Hey, I'm good with that. Keep talking. Come on.
Oh, wow. I'm done. Yeah. We'll talk about the Thunder tomorrow, too, because we got stuff coming. Because it's 2 weeks away. It's the first game.
When's media day? Was media day already? Was that last week?
I think last week. I think it's this week because the 6th is our first home game. It's like our first home game is
Let's see.
It's the
October 2nd, Baby
second.
Day.
Okay, second. But I'm just saying, I
So
know that
next,
because I know that the 6th is our first game against. Let me see. Hold on. I have this right here. Why are we sitting there arguing about it when I can come pull it up? I think our first game is the 6th against preseason game. I don't have it on my thing. The 7th. Yeah.
Spurs.
Yeah.
Yep. Spurs.
Yeah. Then I know on my birthday is the 10th, and they're having a exhibition game against some team. I'm like, on my birthday, we're having an exhibition on my birthday.
The New Zealand Breakers.
Yeah, I'm not making that game. I'm not going to that game.
Is that Josh's? Isn't that Josh's team?
Josh is Australia.
Yeah, Australian team.
Yeah, Josh is Australia. But yeah, no, I'm like, how are you gonna have an exhibition game on my birthday?
Dude, that opening night is going to be great, man.
Yeah, it is.
I'm so excited for that game.
Yeah, it's so funny. I said the Trey Young family got an award from Santa Fe the other day, and I'll talk about that tomorrow more in detail. But so I asked Ray. I said, is Trey playing in the first preseason game? He goes, yeah, don't count on that. He goes, the 27th he'll be playing, but he goes, don't count on it. He goes, don't count on going to the game. I guess I shouldn't say that because people want to go watch Trey play thinking he's going to play a preseason game. But yeah, he said, yeah, don't count on him playing. So I started laughing. I go, okay, good, that's nice to know. Because are we doing preseason games? Did we do preseason games last year on After the Storm?
I don't think so, man. I don't think we did.
I think we did one, didn't we, or two? Because remember we talked about the SGA thing. I think we did one or two. I know we did the one. I think we did the one in Tulsa, right?
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah, I know we didn't do very few of them. We did very few After the Storm games for the Thunder. I knew that. So, all right, brother. Well, let me get out of here. I got to go train these kids and teach them how to talk trash. I mean, teach them how to play basketball is what I meant to say.
Pretty good at that. You're pretty good at that.
I was talking to a friend of mine's mom, one of the kids' moms, and her kids only train with me like 3 or 4 times. I go, man, I liked it so much better, your son, when he wasn't talking trash. She goes, I wonder where he got that from. I said, I was like, huh? She goes, that would be from you. I was like, no, I don't believe that. I don't believe I have that influence on kids to make them talk trash. I don't believe that, Nathan. I just don't.
Influence on me, man. Come on now.
Really? Really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And by the way, hey, thank you for my power cord, bro. It works perfect.
Oh, good.
Power cord works perfect. I appreciate that. Appreciate that.
Well, the producers got to do something, right?
I like how you changed that to producer. I like how you got that squared away.
Executive producer.
I like how you changed that and got that right, brother. All right, stay out of trouble. Don't do anything I wouldn't do today, bro.
Leave it wide open, man.
All right, that's my guy Nathan Taylor of YMB. Appreciate you, and I'll talk to you.